Oh boy, here we go. Happy Monday, guys. Orioles, yeah, well, that wasn't great. 24-2. Ends the homestand. We head to Washington tomorrow. Orioles now use the off day and the fact that we just lose by 22 runs to announce that you can now watch all the Orioles game exclusively through a Masson Plus subscription. I thought that was funny. That just came out this morning. So if you want to spend $90 for the rest of the season, you can get all the Orioles and national games without having any other sort of subscription to any cable program. So yeah, after yesterday, they a little bit harder to sell. There's really no solutions for the Orioles right this second. You can't fire the manager, even though I would be in favor of that. I was in favor of that at the end of last year. You can't do that when all the pitchers are hurt. That's just a bad message to send. You just don't do that. So there's no solutions there, and there's no other pitchers to bring up. I mean, obviously Kyle Gibson's going to come up here when he's ready. Looks like that'll be one more start, and then he'll come up. Everybody else is still hurt. McDermott's hurt. Rogers is hurt. Tyler Wells is hurt. Kyle Bradish is hurt. I, I don't know what's going on. I know everybody else is dealing with pitching injuries. This isn't, really anything new. It's been going on for years, but every single pitcher the Orioles has is going to get hurt. I don't know when Eflin's going to pitch. If I'm his agent, I'm not rushing him back. That's for sure. And Grayson's probably not going to pitch this year. So it's really hard to put into words because they were ahead of schedule, right, a couple years ago, and this just makes this that much more painful. Yesterday kind of just felt like, man, a bad sign, really bad sign. I don't know what to do though. There's really no solution at this point. They just have to play better baseball and get to a point where some of these guys come back, and then they can make a decision here at the All-Star break. Unless they're just going to chalk this up as a lost season. It's early, but 9-12, it doesn't feel good. So that's the Orioles news. They face Washington tomorrow, and now you can spend $90 and watch the Orioles for the rest of the year if you don't already have the subscription for the Masson program. I don't know how that works for all the Apple and Amazon games. I don't know if that'll carry through when they're on those networks. I imagine not. I imagine it's just for Masson, so still don't get all of them. Baseball's going to have some sort of deal here. I talked about this before the season started, but after next year's World Series, the CBA is over with. ESPN's not going to broadcast the games anymore. There's a lot that needs to be decided here for baseball. But for now, that's where we're at here with the Orioles. Yeah, I'm going to move on. Mullins is leading off, so I got that. Feel good about that. He's doing great. Happy for him. And hopefully we start playing better. So let me go through these NBA series, see if I change my mind on anything. Record not great, starting off 1-4, 2-5 if you count the play-in. Went 1-1 there, but I'll kind of go backwards here with the games from yesterday. But the Rockets, yeah, they didn't make a lot of shots. I don't know if I'm changing my mind though. I want to see if they win game two, I'll feel fine about it because I thought they got pretty good shots and the defense was really good. Curry had to work for everything, and the Rockets just missed a bunch of free throws early, and they just seemed a little just off balance and they couldn't really get going. But I thought that they got pretty good shots. They're figuring out the rotation. Not going to change my mind on that. Still like the Rockets there, but obviously got that one wrong yesterday. And then the other three games yesterday were all blowouts. You kind of wish going back on it, you just took the favor because it seemed easy. Now that the games are over, Memphis shouldn't be in this. I'm really annoyed with Dallas. Dallas just turned that ball over so much on Friday night against Memphis. That game just got away from them. Memphis is terrible. I thought Dallas would be able to compete with the Thunder, but Memphis just can't compete with the Thunder. They take bad shots. They do everything the wrong way, as far as the little things. And Oklahoma City does every little thing the right way. Boxing out, moving without the ball, setting the screens for a little bit longer, just harder closeouts. The things that might not show up in the box score, Oklahoma City A+ all the way around, and Memphis fails. Memphis just, I was embarrassing. I thought they almost lost by 100. Where did they lose by like 50 some points? It was ridiculous. So that happened. The Magic can't score. I wanted to take the under for the Magic's points. I'm annoyed with myself I didn't do that. The first half, it looked like, the second quarter, at least, the Magic scored a bunch. But, yeah, I shouldn't have. The Celtics would just suffocate them. That series won't be very competitive. Maybe Orlando gets a game if Boston just goes ice cold, but I doubt it. And then the other series, Miami hung around for a little bit. I was really impressed with Cleveland, their bench play. If they get bench play like that, they can compete with Boston because Mitch. It wasn't an A-plus game from their stars, but Miami did enough to hang around. Wouldn't shock me if Miami won a game here, maybe even two games. I thought they matched up pretty well. They wouldn't go away. Just Cleveland made 3-pointer after 3-pointer down the stretch. So that was a blowout. All three games covered if you took the favorites. And then on Saturday, the Milwaukee Indiana series. I think looking back on that, that'll be just like a throwaway. The Pacers are going to destroy them. Should have just taken the Pacers to blow them out in game one. I don't know about game two in that series as far as taking the points. When a team gets blown out like that, there's a little bit of pride that might kick in. But as that series wears on, even if Milwaukee wins a couple games, I don't think they can win the series. It's like they're just Indiana's fast, man. They just get up and down the court. They pressure the ball. And Milwaukee, it feels like if you could just put Giannis on the Pacers, swap him out for Siakam, just let that. Then the Pacers can win the championship. The way they move the ball and just get up and down the court. But yeah, the way it stands now, I don't think that game is going to be very competitive, or that series will be very competitive. I thought that. Excuse me. I thought that the Lakers T-Wolves series. Actually, I'm sorry. I won't do that at the end. The Knicks and the Pistons. Um, that was one of the most impressive 21-0 runs in a fourth quarter. I can't remember in a playoff game. The Pistons are up by 8 points in the fourth quarter. Somehow get blown out. The Knicks just bullied them. I thought that's pretty much how the series would go. A little surprised that the Pistons hung for as long as they did. But yeah, that was the game the Pistons needed to win if they were going to shock the Knicks there. Knicks just dominated in the fourth quarter, the second part of the fourth quarter, especially on defense. If they play defense like that, then the Knicks are maybe competitive with Boston. They have to do it defensively. They're really good offensively, right? They can get good shots, Brunson and Towns, and they got pretty good shooters. They don't use the bench a lot, but they got shooters. But it's their defense that usually is the issue. They turned it up in the second, like I said, in the fourth quarter there, beat the Pistons. The two Western Conference games were, those are the Western Conference is the better series, but the Clippers Nuggets series is going to be a great one. Watched every minute of that game. Got extremely lucky. That's gambling 101 for getting really lucky at the end when you probably were on the right side of the game the whole time. I like the Clippers. Clippers were winning pretty much the whole game. And then at the very end, the Nuggets take the lead. Westbrook hits a three in the corner. Then they're up by 5 if you didn't see it with like 2 seconds left. And Clippers hit a three to cover and then don't foul. And so that was good. But the Nuggets win. I don't think I like the Clippers tonight. I still like the Clippers for the series. Clippers had a hard time closing that game out defensively. Like that was the issue. They couldn't rebound. I don't know what the heck got into them, but give Westbrook credit, give Jokic credit, give Christian Brown credit. The Nuggets just like outworked them. That was a little bit glaring. I don't know if that's repeatable because I think the Clippers are just much better. But wow, couldn't defensive rebound at the end of the game. That's why the Nuggets won. Plus Westbrook's big shot. Plus Jokic is amazing, but he did miss some free throws down the stretch. Still like the Clippers in that series. And then the thing that I have to reevaluate is the Lakers. I don't know what the heck happened there. They just got blown off the court. They're winning the first quarter. Luka's hot. If Luka wins the first quarter, like if the Lakers win the first quarter and Luka's hot, it's usually a great sign for the Lakers. Not so much here. The T Wolves make every 3-pointer. Felt like you go 50% from 3-point range, and they were bigger, stronger, faster. LeBron's notoriously bad in game ones. I should have recognized that. Mad at myself for dumping on the Lakers there in game one. I gotta see the Lakers win tomorrow night before I'm convinced they're gonna win the series because that was overwhelming. T Wolves just blew them out. So those are the game one recaps. I'll pop back one here throughout the week. Clippers Nuggets tonight, Knicks Pistons. So two of the more entertaining series to watch. If you're gonna stay up to watch Clippers Nuggets, you'll be in for a good one. James Harden is great. I mean, what an underappreciated guy because of his failures in the playoffs, but he was awesome down the stretch. They just couldn't close it out. So I like the Clippers tonight. And I like the Knicks most likely. I want to spend a few more minutes on it, but I don't think the Pistons can recover from how that fourth quarter happened. Maybe they get a game in Detroit, but tonight should be a hard one. All right, see what happens here with the Orioles going into next week. We're going into this week, new week. New week. All right. Have a good day, guys. Appreciate you. If you need anything, reach out. And yeah, see you guys soon. Have a good day.